Today we are talking about the ICT Breaker Blocks, which will be a continuation of last week's video about the ICT order blocks, a price zone of interest, but counter the direction we have taken it last week because institutions broke through our zone of interest. And in today's video I will walk you through the trading rationale step by step. I will explain you the DNA within Profectus AI, where you can no-code virtually every single trading system that you have ever dreamed of or seen anywhere on YouTube or Discord channels step by step. In today's video I will simply show you how you can do this yourself, and if you haven't had an idea yet, you can simply start out with the ICT Breaker Blocks as a viable component and making it your own, adding your 5 cents within Profectus AI. Without any further ado, let's dive into today's video. Today's video will be the continuation video of last week's video where we talked about the ICT order blocks, or also called OBs. Link down below in the video description, which I highly recommend you to check it out before this video. Today we are talking about the ICT Breaker Blocks, or also BBs, which you already see here currently running on the chart. Probably relatively cryptic to you right now. I will explain to you the strategy block by block within Profectus AI, where I will simply go through all the different kind of trade rules and definitions so you fully understand the system that is running currently here on the charts, so you can also make it your own and actually a better system that you can then also eventually run on your own capital. Before I'm running you through the blocks in Profectus AI, let me quickly talk you through the theory of the ICT Breaker Blocks. On a super high level, let's simply check out this screenshot here. It's gonna look something like this. We will have an order block, which simply means that we had a breakout now here with a bearish example to the downside. This is marking then a zone of interest where we now expect the price to reverse, but instead of, like as in the prior video from last week, that we will trade this zone to the downside because we are assuming this will be a bearish sign and price will then bounce back from this area of interest. Now it will actually push through, and this push through is being defined here on this right hand side of the decision trees. More to this later on. As soon as the price is pushing through this zone, actually our trading system will remember this specific price level, and as soon as price is reversing to this price level, we will take it to the upside, bullish, and trade from there. This is pretty much the whole concept of today's video of the ICT Breaker Blocks. Now going to the DNA of this trading system, you will see many resemblances to the prior system that we had, so you can try it out on any time frame. Nevertheless, the higher you put it, the more robust we actually see in general trading systems to perform. So it's probably more fun to start out on lower time frames. I will also show it to you on the 1 hour time frame, which is actually happening right now, right here, because it's simply more action and more fun. Nevertheless, maybe later on you might see also upside to simply try it out on 4 hours or actually on the daily time frame. Obviously, the evergreen disclaimer on the Profectus channel that this is not financial advice. Alright, instead of swallowing the whole thing as a whole, let's take pieces out of it. So we will start here with the left hand side decision tree. On the top hand we see the whole decision tree is being triggered based on per candle opening. Then the first trade rule, very simple: candle high must be higher than the candle high of candle ID 4. These numbers simply mean that we are looking back the current candle, the candle in creation. When we slow it down here by just a little bit like this and we zoom in, this is like the 1 hour candle. You see this candle is in creation, so in general we will simply define this as candle ID 0. This currently is 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So this is just an identifier for us in algorithmic trading to know about what kind of candles we are talking about. Now back here to the story. Simply here the candle high has to be higher than the candle number 4. So now here in this example I will pause it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this candle has to be higher than this candle, and we see, well, in that case it's actually not given. That is also why we haven't yet seen here a green arrow, because at the end of this decision tree you see the draw on chart block. I just gave it a different kind of name, so we actually see what was the actual order block that we are now trading counter. Now back to the first trade rule, 3, 4, cool. If this is now true, we will check the next one. Is candle close with the candle ID number 3 above candle open of its own, or in different words, is it a bullish candle? What is a bullish candle? Go here. This one is a bullish candle because the candle open or actually the candle potential close. Let's fasten it up. I'm expecting this one to close bullish. Yes, indeed. The candle close is above the candle open. This is simply a definition for a bullish candle, or in even simpler terms, a green candle. Cool, now to the next one. Let's say this one is given. Candle close number 2 has to be smaller than the candle open, or what is it in different kind of terms? We're now talking here about a bearish candle, so a red candle. Cool, let's say this is now also confirmed, so this connection is being triggered. What I haven't really mentioned yet, if the conditions are not met, it's currently running into the abyss. Nothing is being triggered because we simply follow here a very straightforward path of rules. Now we're going further. The next trade rule block is the candle close with the number 2 must be below the candle of number 3. Let's say this is also given. Fantastico. Now the most recent candle close, or candle ID number 1, has to close below the candle open number 1. Again, in different kind of words, it is a bearish candle. Now let me find a quick example here, because we will actually see this when there is a green arrow on the chart to just make the visualization a little bit easier. So now I stopped it. Let's say it was right here. And these green arrows are pretty much always marking when there is a order block being detected. That is pretty much how we know we'll mark it visually, so it's a bit more straightforward for all of us to understand. Cool, now the system has found an order block on the charts. Let's fasten it up. And it actually was also triggered, because what happened here, it is a relatively small zone, so it's not the best example. I'll show you a proper example in a second, but it returned, it broke through the zone, and we traded it then to the upside, and we traded it bullish instead of trading it to the other side, as we did it in the video from past week, where we were actually trading the zone, which is by its nature a bearish zone, to the downside. In that case, we took it long. Alright, returning now to Profectus AI once again, then we will check overall. This is just another trade rule block where we check market properties. It's just a different kind of way for us to check price action on the charts. So here we look on candle ID number 1 and candle ID number 2. The lowest price, we see it right here, lowest price, must be below the lowest price of candle ID number 3 and 4. What is this block actually doing? It is simply one of many ways to mark this development to the downside, where we simply want to see, cool, there actually happened a kind of a significant switch of market sentiment. Let's see if we find another example. Indeed. Alright, now if all of those trade rules are being confirmed, we will modify variables. What does it mean? We will simply now store the price levels in our variables. This is what the variables are good for, and you give them a name whatever you want. In that case, we call it bearish order block high, and here bearish order block low. We simply take then the candle ID number 3, the high level, and the low level of the candle ID number 3 on different terms. Let me quickly run here on the chart so we find another example. So we found it right here. Let's zoom in. This is 1, 2, 3. This is currently the candle with the ID 0 because it is still in creation, right? And what is now happening, if all of those trade rules are now confirmed, we will store the price level, the high and the low, or in different kind of words, we will store this price level of this candle, the very high, and the price level of this bit of the candlestick. Because now when we think it now from the left to the right, we will now think here, this is our order block that we want to look out for. And now probably also this block is getting a little bit more visual, because now we're looking here on candle ID number 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 3 and 4, the candle lows must be higher than the lowest price of candle ID number 1 and 2. So that simply means these 1 and 2, they must be below 3 and 4, or in different kind of words or pictures, you see these prices are definitely lower than these two. What is just one of many ways how you could mark out a kind of a significant market or price development to the downside. Of course, there are so many other ways and fantastic ideas you can also try by simply playing around with this block or trying a completely different kind of approach. And as soon as all of those trade rules are confirmed, green light, we will simply paint an arrow on candle ID number 3, or in different kind of words, on this boy. Which is, well, actually kind of an interesting candle, because it's a doji, so pretty much not giving us any hint during this moment of time of if price was moving in a significant manner. But now let's look out for, actually before we look out for this kind of price level, now let's see what is happening here on the right hand side in Profectus AI, because now we have defined the variables. This kind of decision tree is triggered in the same manner as the left hand side, per candle. So here in my example, per hour, the first trade rule block is simply checking, hey, is this variable defined? Is it not 0 anymore? Because by default all variables start at 0, and now we have defined a price level, right? Because here in that case we took bearish order block low, so simply, hey, is this price level now confirmed? Yes, it is indeed. So this connection is getting triggered. The next block, let's check it out. Now we check, hey, is the candle close, the most recent candle close, above this bearish order block high? Or in different kind of words, now when we go back here to this graph, is exactly this candle breaking out to the upside of this actual original order block? This is now what we're looking out for. Where we are at right now is we have now detected an order block. Our doji is defining this kind of corridor. Price is developing to the downside, and now we want to look out for the price moving back to this area of interest and breaking out to the upside. This is exactly happening what we do here in this kind of block, where the candle close is now above the bearish order block high. Cool. Now let's say this is given exactly at this time of point. So let's say now this is candle ID 0. It's just in creation. This has no form. The candle ID 1, and it broke out to the upside. We go to the next block. We count trades. And here we simply want to make sure that we stay under control and we do not open hundreds of trades without any control. That is why we want to check, hey, order count sits still at 0. For buyers only. Keep in mind, you need to define, if you want to look out here via this block, buy only, sell only, or for both kind of directions. And now here in our example, indeed, we do not have any trades open. Actually, we don't have any order blocks open as of now. So also this block will give us a green light, and we will place a buy pending order. And this is where the juicy stuff actually sits, because you will see here, you can define where you want to go long. And we defined it based on the bearish order block high, based on this variable. So, or in other words, we simply want to go long when price is reversing back to this price level once it broke out to the upside. So, in different kind of words, back to this graph, it broke out. Now we set the trade order active pretty much, and as soon as price is reversing back, we will trade it now long to the upside. Now to the money management, we simply took here a very standard 0.01 lot size, the minimum lot size, and you can also here add your own input. So you can also take what makes quite a lot of sense in my point of view, risk percentage of balance. So you make sure you never risk more than 1% or 0.5% of your current trade portfolio or of your money in your trading account. What is a good best practice in general. And now regarding stop loss and the take profit, which you also define here in the same kind of block, which is here again a custom price level based on the variable we have defined before here in this block, modify variables, and it is based on bearish order block low. On different kind of words, we simply take this level as the entry point, and the other side of the zone will be our stop loss. So if price is actually pushing through and not respecting our zone of interest, we will simply close the trade for a loss. So very straightforward where the stop loss sits. Where is our take profit? It is simply 3 times the size of our stop loss, 300% of our stop loss. So here, back to the example, it will be 3 times more far away. I guess here in this graph, it's a little bit more than 3, probably more like 5 or 7. But in our case, it's 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio, what we will also see in just a second on our chart. Let's see if there's anything else defined. Yes, we have another order expiration here in this block, which simply sets up a counter. So after 24 hours, this order will simply disappear on our chart. So we make sure it's staying fresh. So also a thing you can definitely play around with. Now let me go back to the charts in MT5 and let's see how this one is panning out with our real price data on US dollar Japanese yen. I'm currently running this here on the 1 hour chart, as you see, and you see we just triggered also a new zone. Let me see, as soon as we break out maybe to the upside. So this is a good example. Price never really returned, and as soon as we receive a new signal, so a new zone of interest, our old zone is getting overwritten pretty much. So nothing will happen here later on. We will now actually will actively look on this kind of price level. If it's now going to break out to the upside, let's see what is happening. price is wobbling around, going to the upside, and you saw as soon as we broke out to the upside, now we are here, candle ID 0, we now, it's also quite nice visually that we now see what is the order block bin. So here now is our entry point, the highest price point of this candle, and the lowest price point of this candle is now our stop loss. And what is happening now, what will happen if eventually the price will return to this price level, here we will simply go long. Now we just see it got triggered, we are now in a trade, it's wobbling around the price level, continues to the upside, and here we go, we have now a trade with a risk to reward ratio of 1-3, so this one was a good one working out. Let's see if we find the one that is not going in our favor. So here you see prices developing further away, it's getting overwritten once again, So that is also why you see we want to add kind of an expiration date, because eventually quite some signals are being sent to us, at least here on this 1 hour chart. So probably makes also sense to keep it, for example, on the daily chart or 4 hour chart. So much to test for you and to try out, to get your hands dirty. And here you see, for example, something that has not worked out. Price has been also very, very choppy, very weird candle actually. Really wondering, maybe this is like something that you want to check out to avoid happening, because it's just an odd candle. Do you really want to trade such a zone here to the right side that is being indeed getting it gets broken out to the upside, returns rather quickly, you want to go long, and then it just simply continues to the downside. So it's a very choppy price. I don't really see, I mean, as a human being, a clear signal for me here, kind of a price area of interest. And something else that I also would spot here in this kind of example, for instance, adding maybe another kind of trade rule to figure out a more significant breakout to the upside. Maybe you want to add another trade rule that there's at least one candle of like space, that not exactly after the breakout candle of the zone that you want to enter directly. Maybe you want to give it a breathing room, so to say, like let's say at least an hour or something, or one candle on whatever time frame you're trading on. So these are like the things you can think of by simply seeing what is your trading system doing on the charts, getting a feeling, because it is rather abstract when you are simply just, well, first of all, no coding it in Profectus AI, what I think is already a very nice way of visualizing a trading system for yourself. But then the next level is simply getting it into MetaTrader 5, applying on the chart, ticking this box, visual mode, to display it on the chart, so you really see step by step of what is the system actually doing, and then you take it from there and you make it your own. If you have any questions, check out our help center article of Profectus AI, and also how to apply trading bots on the charts, how to download MetaTrader 5. We have a very active support channel happening on Profectus, which you can check out here in the lower right corner. You simply click on it, where you can chat with us, the team. You can also scrape the help center article yourself, and we also have a very vibrant Discord community where you also can simply reach out and see what is happening among other no-coders. This is it this week. Looking forward to see you on the next one. Cheers and happy trading.